Hello everyone, this is Mono, and check it out. Look whose toggle isn't broken anymore. So, today I have a pretty fun video. I asked all of Sonic Twitter to show me their original characters for a Sonic OC tier list. And wow, I got way more submissions than I'd ever imagined. I can't fit all of them in one video, so I'll only be ranking 20 OCs today. I'd love to do more though, so please let me know if you guys are interested in a part 2, because I love seeing everyone's characters. Also, it was really hard to rank these because wow, this community is absolutely overflowing with talent and awesome OCs. I had a really hard time putting anyone below an A rank, so just to let you know, if your character ended up a bit lower on the list, it legitimately might be because I needed some balancers. I will be complimenting at least one thing about everyone's characters though, because there is something great about each one of these characters, and my rankings are just going off of vibes and what calls to me. Everything here is my opinion, and all of these OCs stand great on their own. Everyone's OCs will be credited as they show up, and their creators/owners will be in the description as well if you're interested in showing some love to them. Also, I am so sorry if I say anyone's name wrong in this video. I'm definitely guessing on a few of these names. Also, if you stick around to the end of the video, you get to see me add all 20 of these OCs to a wheel, where I'll be picking out 3 of them to draw. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Number 1. Our first contender in the ring is Kimber, submitted by one of my mutuals, Kimberstar. I really tried to choose more of the unique or uncommon OC species for this list, since they don't usually get as much love as the more popular ones. I really like that Kimber is kind of a lankier OC. It really fits with being a deer, and I like the outfit too. It kind of reminds me of the purple Pokemon Unite trainer outfit, so extra points for style. I'll give this OC a solid A rank. Number 2. Next up, we've got Brute the Honey Badger, submitted by Incinelord. That's such a cool username, I like it. Looks like Brute's reference sheet says that he's a former boxing champion, and I can see why. He's got a thick hide to help resist attacks, can lift 350 metric tons, holy crap, and he can comfortably run at 200 miles per hour. Personally, I really like his hairstyle, and I totally want to see one of his boxing matches. I'll give this one a B. It's a super solid character overall. Next is Wanda the Vicuña? I really tried to get that species name right. I am so sorry if I messed that up. Wanda was submitted by... Wait, why is your display name Midget Batman? Huh? Oh, Adissery? I'll replace that O with a 0 though. I'm just gonna put that one on screen. Anyway, oh my gosh, I love Wanda. She's described as a pirate who's also a bartender, and her design fits that description perfectly. And look at this girl's style. She's fashionable. I think Wanda deserves our first S tier. Honestly, I love an OC with a job, and she's a boss bitch doing multiple. Fourth to be ranked is Aquamarine the Hedgehog, submitted by PrincessVertera. She's got some elegant style too. Makes sense since she's a water princess. I also like her hair a lot. Long hair's pretty neat. I'll give her a B. Next, we have Zenovia the Aardwolf. Wait, like an aardvark hybrid? Oh wait, no, that's an actual species. This character was submitted by RosarianMythos. I'd never heard of that species before, but they are freaking cute. Zenovia is super cool. I love the combination of cuteness and badassery. I mean, look at this lance drill. The color palette and markings are also really nice to look at. This OC is just pleasant on the eyes. I'll give it an easy A rank. Ooh, this next one really calls to my aesthetics. Lilith the Vampire Bat, submitted by X_PlanetMars_X. Aw, this bat OC is great. I really like her color scheme. These blues really help her stand out from other OCs with a vampire theme. Usually you see your blacks, reds, whites, and pinks with vampires, but blue is a really underrated choice, and it ties in super well to the rest of the palette. I also really like Lilith's shoes, tattered wings, and both of her adorable pet Chow. This one's going to be an A rank too. I just love the fresh and unique execution of this concept. Next is Thrash the Wolf from CraftyFallenFox, and I just really want to compliment the posing. Like, overall, this OC is pretty simple, but this pose is attitude, and I'm here for it. I also think the Phantom Ruby prototype being in the eye is a really neat concept for a Forces-based OC, along with the robotic hands, of course. I think this will be a C, but that's not to say anything bad about it. I did say I need my balancers after all. And of course, I can't forget Vice the Sorceress, submitted by longtime mutual of mine, Bistraws9052. Okay, I'm a little biased if you can't tell by my character, but I love gray and purple on characters. I think it's another little bit underused color scheme. Vice is just dripping with coolness. I like everything about her, from the hair to the powers to her cute little dress. Vice is an S for me, she's just one of the cool girls. Next up is Spark, sent in by Sparks_Hedgie, another mutual of mine. I really like how unique Spark is. You can tell there was a lot of effort put in to put a unique character. I'll admit, a lot of Hedgehog OCs have that tendency to fall into kinda recolor territory, but I literally couldn't pin Spark as one of those types if I tried. The cyan and green color palette is another of those super underrated palettes in my opinion, and it's executed very well here. I also like the headphones, very charming, A tier. Number 10, we're halfway through. Our next submission didn't have a name or species included with it, but I absolutely adore this zombie Mobian sent in by Codopolis0. I love literally everything about this OC. The use of textures on the clothing, the color palette, even the eyes and just the way this character carries themselves all mesh together so well. Although I don't know much about the character, I adore the design enough to give an S tier. 11. Next up is Tuft the Caracal from DarkRayChan. Okay, did anyone else see that one Instagram reel or YouTube short? I'm not sure what platform, but there's this AI that says Caracal in this really zesty voice. Guys, I can't get it out of my head. Help me. I really like Tuft's abilities. It's not often that I see OCs with sound-based powers, which in this case is Tuft's Sonic Scream. I also really like her jacket. It fits well with her overall aesthetic. I'll give it a C. Our next OC is Calamity Ingrid, sent in by RedExclmation. Holy crap, this one is absolutely radiating with style. I love Calamity's hair, the markings, the outfit. Everything about them is sick, man. I also really like this additional image they sent of this Sonic Battle style piece. I think this OC fits super well in this style. Calamity, easy S rank. 13. After that, we've got Adler the Cat, submitted by user 667171. According to their tweet, Adler is very intelligent and tough, and she doesn't have any powers, so she's all skills. Honestly, I really like Adler's energy. She gives me heavy Rosie the Riveter vibes, and I'm all for the strong ladies. I also love her piercings, the bandaged tail, and this neat little wrench she's got. Super cute design. A rank. Number 14. Next is Annabelle the Shrew, sent in by Lambert_Burton. Wow, I really love the art for this character. You know, I could totally see Annabelle and Wanda from before being co-workers or something. I don't know, something about the vibes these two characters have just fits. Anyway, I love how fancy Annabelle looks, and the tattered bottom of her dress is a great way to imply that she's definitely behind whatever act got that severed arm into her possession. Overall, I'll give it a C. Now we've got Oro the Sepia from Duskbringer13. Oro is a cuttlefish Mobian with some Mind Flayer inspiration. Talk about a unique species. I like Oro's pupils a lot. They have this wave shape I've never seen before. Also a big fan of the tentacles on the lower face, the suckers on the hands, and the outfit just looks really nice too. Oro will get a B. I'm pretty fond of this OC. Number 16. Vishnu the Robin Moth is next on the tier list, submitted by Vishnu Arts. Okay, how were we not mutuals before? Let me fix that. This moth OC is so sick. I'm not usually an orange person, but this color palette is stellar. Vishnu's chest fluff and wings are super fun details, and the blue face markings really help this design pop. I'm also a huge fan of how the color palette is made of moth shapes, just a nice small detail that I appreciate. Looks like this ref sheet was made by Pegasins, and they did great on it. Vishnu is one of the best ones I've ranked so far, so naturally, that's an S tier. Number 17 is Felicity the Cat, posted by the Venice Angel 3. Felicity looks very polite. I like the little markings she has on her forehead and the little chunks taken out of her ear. I think they help her stand out, along with her clothes, which contrast well with her darker palette. I'll give Felicity a C. Our next character was submitted by Icy Hedgie. They didn't provide a name, but I assume this is a hedgehog OC. Personally, I like the markings on their quills and their gloves. This outfit's pretty neat too. I'll also give it a C. Ooh, I really like this next one, submitted by Ant543. I like this design a lot. I'm guessing by the arms and face this is some kind of arachnid or bug. I'm leaning spider, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I really love the Western theming here. Their outfit is super nicely detailed, and their markings add a lot of character. I also really like the fluff on the back of the legs. I really like fluffy OCs in general. I'll give it an S. And for our final OC, before I drop everyone into the randomizer wheel, we've got Mint the Hedgehog, submitted by Exedial? Not sure, sorry. Huge fan of Mint's color scheme. Green and yellow are pretty underrated, and I know from experience that adding orange as well can be a pretty delicate balancing act. I think Mint is very well balanced though, and I love how her ice powers are called Spearmint. That's great. Love the outfit too. White and black do very well to bring the whole thing together. I'll give Mint an A rank. Alright, with all those rankings out of the way, let's spin the wheel and find out which characters we'll be drawing today. Alright, for our first one, looks like it's gonna be Vishnu. Oh, I'm honestly so excited to draw this one. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this design. Second, we've got Oro. I think I'm gonna have fun with this one. I love getting to draw more unique species. And last but not least, we've got Thrash. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with all of these. I'm super excited. Alright, so here's how they all turned out. So, I decided to spice things up a bit and get experimental with each of these pieces. Our first test subject will be Vishnu. Lately, I've been doing a lot of lineless art, so I decided to do two things I don't typically do. Line art and coloring said line art. Honestly, I'm not sure why I ever stopped coloring my line art in the first place, because this turned out pretty good. I could tell from the moment I saw this design that whoever chose the colors clearly understands color theory. It may not look like it, but the grays on Vishnu are actually a very dark green. I really love designs like this because they're just easier to draw in my opinion. Although unfortunately I realized a bit too late that I accidentally layered Vishnu's wings incorrectly. Sorry about that, that is my fault. I was primarily focusing on the front part of the reference sheet where the arms cover the wing lines. So I just didn't realize until I had gotten way too far into the piece to fix it. Anywho, I finished this one up with some shading, and now we can move on to Oro. For Oro, I chose to go back to my usual lineless style, but I used a much more streaky brush than usual for my flat colors. I also knew that I didn't want to draw all those characters just standing there, so I decided to foreshorten a little bit for a more dynamic pose. I'd love to go in depth and explain all of the differences from my usual process, since this can kind of look like I'm just, ooh, doing a lineless piece. No, there's like a ton of differences, but I know I'll get carried away yapping and bore some folks. Anyway, once I blended out the flats and tried to give the base colors some dimension, I decided to switch into an airbrush eraser to help me give this piece a more speckled look with the lighting. I can't really explain why I did this other than it looks kind of vaguely aquatic and I thought it looked cool. Thrash. I'm honestly glad I got to do two of my C rank characters some justice, since I do feel a bit bad when I put characters lower on the tier list. For Thrash, I mostly followed my usual process for lineless art. However, I actually ended up drawing Thrash before Oro, so this was the first time in this video that I decided to experiment with using my sketch on my flat color layer. I tend to be a bit overbearing with layers, so this was also a way for me to practice not using so many. I still ended up duplicating my sketch and setting it to multiply though, just so I could make sure I didn't accidentally leave out details or shade the wrong areas. Honestly, I think I could have positioned one of the arms a little better. It just kinda ended up being a bit jank, but otherwise, I liked this one. I tried to make the prototype seem a little glowy, but not too much that it became the primary light source of the piece. Alright, that's all of them. With all of those art pieces done, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We are super close to 1,000 subscribers. And as I mentioned before, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me do a part 2 for this. I'd love to rank some more OCs and create more art of them. Additionally, if you'd like the chance to be a part of one of these videos in the future, make sure to follow me over on my Twitter. Bye now!